Yo, 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 yo. What is poppin'? It is July 23rd, and we're just gonna keep it, we're keeping it moving. We're keeping it moving. Um, it's Shout Out Podcast, episode 101. I kind of like these.
Okay, $19 Fortnite card.
Who wants this?
And yes, I'm giving it away. Remember, share.
These are some very interesting sounds. I did not realize that was the TikTok trend. Okay, sorry for all the. Okay. Yo, it's July 23rd, 2021. I mean, kind of a normal year, not a normal day. This year has gone by so slow, so slow. Every year goes by slower, and I don't get it. People keep telling me it's going fast. No, it's the opposite for me. I don't understand. Never have understand when people will say the years go faster and faster. They do not. They don't. They go slower. And I don't know how that happens, but it does. Um, Life's booming. Got a car. That was a good acquisition that I got. I've been searching for months, but I pounced on this one thing, and it's looking like a good investment. Keeping my other car. I have two cars, basically, but got my old car just so I can reduce miles from my new car. You know, basically with purchasing this new car and keeping my old car, I basically didn't lose anything because they're valuable. The focus makes up for the depreciation that my old car makes up for the depreciation that the new car got when it drove off the lot when I drove it off the lot. But yeah, it's kind of a nice situation. What else? Starting my employment in a couple months recently, or this past few months. In the next month I've been studying for my CPA exam, certified public accountant exam. It is the most annoying exam known to man. It's just as frustrating. It makes you, like, studying for the CPA exam, it really makes you want to go outside and to bring your laptop and for you to chunk it as far as you can and then follow it up with a baseball bat and to smash it into smithereens. And then once it's in smithereens, you want to smash it even more because you're just that frustrated. I know that sounds violent, but man, you just don't know it. You just don't understand. But shout out to everybody listening. Shout out to everybody like getting a CPA. It's great. It's a great situation. My only frustrating part is that, like, when you fail an exam or you pass an exam, you just don't know how you did. You can't, like, when you fail an exam, you don't know what to improve on. There's nothing, like, there's no stats. You don't get your paper back. That was the best thing about school. At least I knew what to improve on. Like, if I know what to improve on, boom, I got you. But it's just a blind result. It's either you pass or fail. You can see how much you failed, but it's just like, man, I don't got time for this. I'm gonna go bankrupt. I'm gonna go in debt just by doing these exams in the first place, But whatever, man. CPAs do take you far in life. Being a certified public accountant really does wonders. And shout out to everybody doing it, or shout out to everybody actually passing. But is what it is. All right. Shout out to everybody listening. Shout out to everybody watching on YouTube. Shout out to everybody listening on Spotify and Apple. We're just gonna get straight into the grit. The Bucks won. Giannis is that guy now. He is the best player in the NBA. We all know that. We all know this. When you're the Finals MVP, when you worked hard for it, you're going to be the best player in the NBA. Not only is he the best player in the NBA, he is a top five, no, a top 25 player of all time. Already, NBA, 26 years old. The man is a back-to-back MVP player, defensive player of the year, champion, Finals MVP. And I'm just going to say it right here, right now, on July 23rd, 2021. Giannis's ring is more valuable than Kevin Durant's 2 rings. And I really don't. I hate pitting people into each other, but like it is what it is. It's how it is. Um, this is the most valuable ring since, it's up there with Kawhi's Toronto ring. It's up there with Dirk's Mav ring. Those are the ones in recent history that have actually earned it, like straight up. You could definitely say LeBron's 2016 for sure. But there's just something, and I'm anti-loyalty when it comes to NBA teams and players. Leave your team. But there is also just something about, with Giannis and Dirk, there is something about winning with the team you got drafted with, going through heartbreaks, going through a lot of struggle into getting to where you are. And I'm not trying to diss LeBron. I'm not trying to diss Kevin Durant. Like, Kevin Durant's a little different. Not against that. But, like, people always bring up LeBron. He gave Cleveland all he got, 7 years. I mean, Giannis was getting there. Definitely, Giannis chose generational wealth over winning, and yet he's still winning. Great, amazing. I've never actually seen that before. When both with the Suns, Devin Booker and Giannis signed these huge max contracts a couple years ago, and I was like, why are y'all doing this to yourselves? Y'all are committing player suicide in a way. But they showed me for sure. They proved me wrong. And I love that Giannis is a top 25 all-time player now. Mostly because he's playing the way. Okay. I'm a Giannis hater. I have been a very well-known Giannis hater, but not because of the person or his personality. I just hated the way he was always trying to do too much, forcing himself to become a weird guard center. I wanted him. I always said I want Giannis to play more like Shaq than LeBron, and in the finals he clearly played more like Shaq, and clearly did better. Because there is no reason for that man to be shooting threes. No reason at all. Literally no reason. I mean, if he does go work in the off season, whatever, gets a 3-point shot, let me know. Please let me know. But there's just no proof of him even being a below average 3-point shooter. He is a horrible 3-point shooter. Yes, he'll make 1 3. Okay. I don't want you to go 1 for 5 for 3 points. The 3-pointer. I just don't. And also other thought. Giannis won back-to-back MVPs playing the wrong way. Just think about that. Think about that for a second. Let me sip some coffee so y'all can think about that. If Giannis plays like 2021 NBA Finals Giannis for a regular season, he's averaging 35 a game. He's averaging 35-12. No doubt. And people seem to be confused when I always say Giannis is the Shaq of this generation. I'm not saying Giannis I'm not saying he's going to win 4 rings. I'm not saying he's going to be 300 pounds. Giannis is just how centers are in this generation. DeAndre Ayton, a very typical center, would have been very kind of skinny to the normal center in the 2000s. The normal center now is a very somewhat skinny-ish, long, versatile, run around fast, quick guy now. And that's that. And Giannis is that guy. Dwight Howard had great potential. He did take the torch from Shaq as being, the center. And I know Giannis is like what? He's going to be known as a power forward, or what is he? A small forward, power forward? Like he's not technically a center because they got Brook Lopez, but you know how today is. It's not really it's positionless basketball right now. But yeah, man, it's scary. It's scary what Giannis could be doing in the future. He's got a full resume, 26 years old, everything. And he needs to trust his teammates, which he did. Drew delivered. Chris delivered. James Middleton. I don't know why I found out until this year that Chris Middleton's real name is James. But yeah, man, if Drew and Chris puts up the same numbers as Dwayne Wade, as a Kobe Bryant, there's no need for Giannis to get another superstar. If Drew and Kyrie, I keep wanting to call Chris Kyrie. If Drew and Chris want to make more championships, they better play just as good. But that's not the point. Giannis is the man. Giannis is the top 25 player of all time. Yeah, it's great. International basketball is killing right now. International basketball has glowed up since 2016. The fact that the MVP, the Defensive Player of the Year, and the Finals MVP are very international, that is great. I am people are kind of weird when it comes to NBA being like, oh, international. Like, no, it's American. I don't care. If you can pick up a basketball and dunk it, play. That's how I am with the whole college thing. Like, I don't care if you are 12 years old. If you can play like Kobe, be in the NBA. Get your $20 million. Get your kid's shoe contract. Whatever it is. I've always been like a no rule. Like, if you can do that, get on that court. If you can do that on the court versus these guys, be on that court. What else? Man, I was very impressed. And the free throws, oh my gosh, man. If Giannis, the man shot 95% from the free throw line that night. Was shooting, 20 free throws? He was 18 for 19 or 17 for 19. That is bonkers, man. For Giannis, that's bonkers. Yeah, and now, like, I get it. I love and hate the whole Kevin Durant Giannis comparison because it's like, okay, last year if you'd have compared them, no, do not. But now it's like very okay. Like, it's okay to compare Kevin Durant and Giannis. It's very valid. Like, don't be offended when I say Giannis and Kevin Durant in the same bubble. I think people get weird. People just get weird with those arguments. Like, I'm not trying. Like, it's not definitive, of course. Like, all time, it's still Kevin Durant. All time. Like, if the world ended today, Kevin Durant would be above Giannis on the all-time rankings. Barely. To me, low-key, barely. And that's only because I think Giannis is going to surpass Kevin Durant. I really do. If Giannis gets one more ring and Kevin Durant keeps getting injured, which I really hope that does not happen, but, his teammates keep getting injured. It's just how he's looking right now. Giannis is going to surpass Kevin Durant. That's great. It's very awesome to see. Yeah, that's great. I've been seeing the finals ratings have gone down since 2017, 28, 2017 apparently was 24 million average or whatever. This year it was 9 million. And I understand. how do I say this without sounding weird? When LeBron is in the finals, it's just going to attract more people. It just is. Like, I'm not trying to, like, if I wish I was it's like, okay, that goes the same for MJ. I think some people will think if I'm a LeBron fan, I hate MJ. No, I don't. No. LeBron and MJ, when they're in the finals, there's going to be people watching. You know, LeBron's a billionaire. When you have a billionaire playing basketball, people are going to watch. If Jeff Bezos was in the NBA, people would be watching. It's just, I don't know. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. Like, I like hate to sound like that, but just solely for the reason that the games are good does not mean it's going to attract more people. In 2017, what was it, like almost a sweep? It was a gentleman's sweep. It was horrible. The series was horrible, but the fact that it was because it was LeBron and the Warriors and Steph Curry, LeBron and Steph Curry, two of the biggest names ever, just media-wise. Steph Curry is even a top 5 all-time player, not top 10, and he's still attracting this many people. It's just how people view things. Now, if Giannis has potential to become a worldwide. He is a worldwide figure, but you got to attract the very below casual NBA fans, the fans that barely even know. How do I say this? The fans that are still like somewhat NBA fans, but they can't name more than 10 players in the NBA. You know, like, you know, my sister was like really kind of into basketball, I guess, like in the 2000s in the NBA with Dirk. She's just now finding out who Luka Doncic is. It's his almost 3rd year, and she's just now finding. We've been known Luka like as like diehard NBA fans. You got to get the people that are like my sister. The fact that, like, yes, she likes basketball, but like if she can't name more than 10 players, and two of the players, and there's got to be players in those top 10 that are in the NBA finals, that's when she would watch. I bet she would watch one game if LeBron and Steph. I bet she did, maybe. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you got yes, of course, the hardcore NBA fans like me and just several of us, we're gonna watch the NBA finals, but you got to attract the lesser interested fans that are gonna watch the finals, and that's all. That's all I'm saying. And especially with Giannis, you know, the only bad thing about being universally loved is that you don't really have people that hate you or like dislike you. You got to have people that dislike you a little bit, just a little bit, to attract a huge crowd. With LeBron and Steph, we all loved and hated both those people. I've gone through I loved and hated Steph, but I also loved and hated Giannis. Giannis has potential to get hated a little bit. If Giannis plays like the old Giannis next season, I will probably hate Giannis again. I will, for sure. Man, I'm everywhere. The thing about me, when I hate on a player, is only because he's either not getting the love he deserves, like James Harden, or he's not playing the right way, or he's not playing the way he's playing a way which is making him worse. And that was the deal with Giannis. Giannis was playing in a way that was not beneficial to winning championships. And I want all my players to win championships. I want everyone to win championships, or at least try their best. I want everyone. Okay, I want the best for everyone. And watching Giannis and seeing his personality, I came up with this quote or saying. I think, remember in 2015, 2016, everybody was like, oh my God, Steph Curry is so humble. Oh, he's so humble, which he wasn't. Like, he was throwing up threes and doing crossovers and what do you call it? The tumble catapults? No, I don't know. He was doing like gymnastics, closing his eyes and running around like in a blowout game. That shooting a three and then running back for the next possession before the shot is even in the basket in a 30-point game is not really humble. And that's okay. Like LeBron's not humble. No NBA player is really humble. But Giannis is kind of humble. Like I will admit that. So what back to what I'm saying, the people that thought Steph was this humble guy is what Giannis really is. I will happily admit that. And I also think people thought Steph was humble because he had a wife and kids. I really think that's kind of why sometimes people have this humble mentality around certain NBA players because that's not really normal to have a wife and kids, right? Especially for a young superstar NBA player. You're supposed to be like the normal NBA superstar has like some weird. What am I trying to say? Wait, let me backtrack everything I just said because that was not good. What I'm saying is that especially with Steph's dad, he was always around. The Steph's wives and kids were always just being shown, and it was very confusing because LeBron has the same thing, but I guess, yeah, I don't know. That all of that's just weird. Let me just stop talking about that because everyone with wife and kids are great. Whatever. What am I just saying? But the fact is, I think the fact Steph Curry's humbleness is what everybody thought. I can't talk right now. Steph Curry's humbleness wasn't really authentic. Giannis' humbleness is what people thought Steph Curry's humbleness was in 2015. It's actually Giannis. He's way more humble than all his quotes and his like, staying and generational wealth and staying in Milwaukee. Great. That's all I'm saying. That's all. Let's see. Man, I talked about the finals for that long. Also, man, I've been looking at. In no way I'm not ready for this, but like the housing market. I'm just for fun. This is what I do in my free time. And man, Texas houses are so expensive. They're being overbought. They're being overbid. And I think people are saying that it's the people from the West Coast that are moving to Texas. And, we're kind of cheap, especially a couple of years ago. Californians and Oregonians and Washingtonians are moving to Texas, buying these houses for cheap. But, they don't think it's cheap. No. They don't think it is expensive. They think it's like, oh, wow, like, it's cheap here. Like, their cheap is like our like kind of reasonable and kind of expensive. So it's like California is disrupting the Texas housing market, and I'm sick of it. Stay in California. And that's not like some political. I don't want to get no. It's not even on political things because there's people from both sides from California are coming to Texas, and I don't like it. Nah, I want it reasonable because I need to buy something first, and then okay. I lived here for 25 years, and that's right. He's right. Whatever. Kanye fooled me again. What's new? I really thought Kanye's album was coming out today. Donda, because he had a whole listening party last night, and I remember he had a listening party for The Life of Pablo, and it was out very quick. I think. I saw what Jay-Z was featured on that. Like, it's kind of wild. It's kind of hype just because Kanye is about to this is his first, life experience without Kim Kardashian, without a wife. He's a single man. single Kanye was kind of killing the game a little bit. So I think some people kind of like, is he gonna be different? And this is neither here or there. You don't even have to be in religion. But can people start admitting that Kanye West is the biggest Christian artist of all time? We got to, like, Lauren Daigle is not the biggest Christian artist. I've had this conversation about 20,000 times with people. I don't, like, you don't need to be like, the whole Christian religion is very, like, you got to be perfect to be a Christian artist. No. If you're perfect and you're a Christian artist and you have no, like, faults, then you're faking it. It's not real. You know what I mean? Man, that got kind of deep, honestly. But I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Kanye West is the biggest Christian artist of all time. You could be an atheist and still believe that. Seriously. We got to, like, stop this whole adaptation of, like, my pastor, my musician has to be perfect. He doesn't. He doesn't. Or she doesn't. Whatever. But that's besides the point. But what else? But yeah, he fooled me. Man, it's crazy how much influence he has. He holds, like, an event in a football stadium and it gets kind of packed. And, like, people didn't know about it until 3 days ago. It's kind of wild. I'm still waiting for Certified Lover Boy. It's going to be a couple months with Drake. I still think people with the big names, like, Travis Scott, still has to drop Utopia. We got 3 albums here that have been teased for almost at least a year. It has been teased since last summer, all 3 of these albums. And I really do think it's because of COVID. I really do. I really do. And it's only because these guys are going on these huge concert tours. So they don't want to make music for the time being. They don't want to make music for fun. They're not going to give it away. They got to make some money off of it, especially with concert tours. That's when I think musicians cash up. But yeah, man, I don't think 2 of these 3 albums don't come out until 2022. I really think that. Yeah, I really do. Because there's no reason. You're not going to be touring in a stadium anytime soon. So, yeah, I don't blame them. So I'm not expecting anything from anybody, especially with these big names right now. So yeah, we'll see. So the Cleveland Indians changed their names to Guardians. It's cool. I think the next 2 more team names will be the Kansas City Chiefs and there's one more. Chiefs and something. There was one. I think it's a football team. Basketball team? No, football team. Whatever. It's Chiefs and somebody else. The Guardians. Interesting. Sounds like an alien galaxy thing. Yeah, that's about it. Songs and shoutouts. Song of the week, man. My dog, Lil Nas X, Industry Baby, featuring Jack Harlow. Trumpets. What more do you want? He's been teasing the song on TikTok for a while now. I'm glad. There's some weird, interesting strategy that Lil Nas is doing with that. I'm still trying to figure that out because, like, why are you freely releasing 15, 30-second snippets of your song on TikTok? I don't know. Maybe to drive. I don't know. I'm still very undecided about that strategy. I don't think it. I don't know. It's definitely new. It's definitely interesting. We'll just see if it works in the future. What else? Shout outs. Shout out to the Olympics, man. This is some of the best times ever. It's fun when the world can, like, come together for a couple weeks and just play sports. It's kind of cool. I like that. So it's always fun memories. I always enjoy the Olympics just because there's always constantly something on, especially with that's why I like the World Cup and all the Euros and all that, because it's like, oh wow, like, yes, I'm doing things, um, you know, I'm at my employment or I'm at a client, but yeah, there's still things going on in the world. I don't know, man. That's just how I look at it with sports and world sports, of course. That's it. All right, man. That's about it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the episode 101. We're booming, man. We're booming. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching. Shout out to y'all. Peace.